left over, which is all the data that's been produced.
Yeah, and to kill our art and culture, the whole thing about the Kennedy Center is outrageous. They're going to go through all of forget about the National Endowment of the Arts, forget about art grants for the next 4 years. I mean, the damage that they're doing is amazing. I mean,
Do
it
we
is. Yeah,
do
go
we
ahead.
know anyone who has done research funded by the government and knows what what these indirects what indirects are and why they have to be up so high and what they're used
What do you
for?
mean? The what indirects? What do you mean indirect
Well,
funding?
where
I
it
don't understand what
says
you're saying.
we have to lower the indirects to 15%, and everybody's saying this will end research. And I guess my question for that is why?
Hmm.
Because I don't understand
Well, when you're talking
why.
about indirects, is that subcontractors? I still don't
No,
quite
no, it's
understand
the
what you mean.
university. So I do research,
What is
and Health and Human Services indirect was 10% de minimis for a long time. You have to apply. You have to apply and negotiate your contract for a higher indirect. So these things aren't given willy nilly. Like the university will give a reason, and it usually takes 4 years to get your indirect negotiated. And it goes back and forth between the federal government. These aren't like willy nilly things. These things are highly vetted by the federal government, and usually the government will concede to something. I think for Stanford, theirs is 45%. Harvard's was 85%. So it's different. Hopkins is up there. It's like 70%. So they're all negotiated differently based on the cost of living in the area, the cost of construction, the cost of maintenance, all of that kind of stuff. So if you get $1 million grant, another 85% is on top of that so that they can keep their lights on.
Okay, that's
well,
interesting.
It,
that's a helpful answer because it
it,
seems to me that that's a some of these indirects are very high to the casual observer.
Kiwatsi, does that is that to like supplement the higher cost areas like Boston is just so much more expensive, and if you took a research university in like I don't know the plains of Iowa, no offense, uh, the cost of living would be lower, so there your indirect is an adjustment for that or what?
Yeah, it's everything. It's your professors. Usually, professors at Harvard get paid a lot more. Um, the everybody gets paid a lot more usually on the East Coast because some of them are union states. If you like here in South Dakota, indirects are barely above the de minimis. They're like 25% because they it's a right to work state. There are no unions and everything's cheaper. Materials are cheaper. Maintenance, salaries, everything's cheaper, and even the tuitions are cheaper. So it really depends on what you're trying to build. And if you're a major research university, you have to keep building buildings because technology, before it gets to Elon Musk, is expensive because it mostly fails. New technology, new science fails